everyone, this is the Sun Woman, and I just want to welcome you to my channel. Happy new moon in Virgo, and not only is this new moon that's taking place on the 13th a time for new beginnings as the new moon astrologically, but it's also a solar eclipse. And just to explain what that means to us, I'm just going to use one of these seashells here to represent the Earth. And so during a solar eclipse, the moon is directly between the Earth and the Sun. Okay? And that in astrology is known as a conjunction between the Sun and the moon. Now during this time, this very brief time, the moon can kind of block out the Sun. And it temporarily turns off the lights, so to speak. So we have a finite focus as human beings, and it's natural for us to concentrate really on what's in front of us. At times, this can really limit our perspectives on the world and in our lives, and it can cause us to miss out on opportunities in our lives. So during these amazing solar eclipses, the eclipse might snatch away what's familiar to us temporarily, and that forces us to consider options we might never otherwise have explored in our lives. Although this kind of causes some temporary upheaval sometimes, eclipses are hard to be kind, so to speak, okay? So major growth can happen during these cosmic power outages. And this is really when we should leap into the new in our lives and generally improve, what's going on, even if we feel kind of forced by circumstances to do that. So this is a really big month. Not just the solar eclipse that's taking place on the 13th of September, but the full moon at the end of the month. You can really think of it like an astrological purge that's going on for us, a true cleansing. And there are going to be truths that are going to be revealed. Old systems, old situations are going to fall by the wayside in our lives. I'm telling you, by October, we're going to be totally new, different people, and it's exciting, it's scary, but this is something that's going to be happening for the good in your life, for your spiritual good, and for to improve the quality of your life, which is really most important. It's going to be a time, if you're ready, to really set your intentions on what you want in your life, what you want to see, what you want to know, the truth that you want to find out, either from yourself, or the people that are around you. Denial can be very comfortable, but it's really not real. We've got to take a deep breath for this new moon and ask for the truth. And even though that might scare us, know that what comes out of it is going to move us to the next level on our paths here, okay? Now, look at what hasn't been working in your life. Make a declaration to yourself that you're not going to operate with old situations, old parameters anymore. For example, if you've been behaving a certain way in a romantic relationship and you've really outgrown that way of being, it's time to switch to something else. Be really honest with yourself. If you're not happy with what you're receiving in your life, what can you do what can you change to set up a new paradigm, a new structure? Remember, often what we're not currently receiving is the same thing that we're not giving generously in our lives, okay? Now this Virgo energy, it's all about cleaning up, tidying up, decluttering, becoming organized so that we can really take control of our lives. Remember, you can't make empowered decisions when you're living in a mess, either emotionally, psychologically, or even physically, in your own surroundings. So have a clean space in your mind, in your heart, in your life to act from, and that's going to be the ideal baseline to get the most out of these tremendous energies, okay? So again, this is the Sun Woman. I'm an empathic astrologer and tarot reader, and I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for each of the individual 12 signs, and these readings apply to you whether the sun is in the sign, whether it's your moon sign or your rising sign. Thank you so much. Hello my Scorpios, this is the Sun Woman. Welcome to my channel if you're tuning in for the first time. If you are a return subscriber, thank you so much for returning this month. I'm going to be doing your reading for this new moon cycle, and for this new moon eclipse in Virgo, this is going to be influencing the areas ruled by your 11th house. 11th house has to do with your hopes and wishes. It also has to do with any type of group involvements that you have. It really has a lot to do with hopes and dreams that you're wanting to come to fruition, and again, any associations with group activities. So let's go ahead and see what the cards message is for my Scorpios for this new moon cycle. The 11th house also has to do with friends, so definitely any influences of friends in your life would fall under the 11th house subjects. Okay. All right. So what I'm showing here, first of all, I see that the majority of cards, the suit with the majority of cards is Pentacles right now. We have 2 Pentacles cards, 1 Sword, 1 Cups, and you do have 3 major arcana, which means that a lot of what's going to be, and actually 4, counting the card at the base of the deck that I have turned over here. So it looks like what's going on with you in this next 30-day cycle has a lot to do with spiritual matters and matters that are not necessarily within your control. So definitely karmic things going on here, and you can expect, karmic changes that are going to be moving you to if you allow the energy to work in your favor, to move you to another level. And they're definitely, as I said, these will be in relation to your 11th house matters, hopes, dreams, wishes, group connections, and friend connections. So in the past, we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is the energy that you would be coming into this month with from the previous month. Page of Pentacles is some type of new situation where money is concerned, some type of good news that you might have received in the last 30 days, and that's kind of carrying over into this month. It can also be the influence of children. Incidentally, we do have 2 page cards here, so when I see multiple page cards, I get the feeling that there are possibly children related to this reading or important in this reading. For the recent past, the Page of Pentacles can talk about communications regarding money and perhaps support of some kind for you, but definitely money matters being important and communication in relation to them and beginnings of monies and funds that may have started flowing in for you, or that you have set things in motion so that you will be earning more within this next 30-day cycle. Now, what's covering you right now is the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And interestingly enough, 6 of Pentacles for me is support on some level, financial support, charity. It is something that's given to someone else with asking nothing in return. Again, it has to do with financial benefits of some kind. So it may be possible with the 6 of Pentacles reversed that whatever talks took place in the last 30 days about money, you are waiting for that to come through right now. So the 6 of Pentacles is reversed on you, which would talk about that energy being blocked at the moment. It also talks about you feeling like you have not yet received what you've been giving back. So, you know, it can speak about an imbalanced relationship with someone. You know, on a emotional level, it can relate to really being a giver and giving, you know, whatever your resources are, but feeling like it's kind of a one-sided situation. Okay, so this is the energy that's on you right now, and what I'm feeling like in the near future, that Page of Swords that is now coming, another page coming into being here, you may need to have another very detailed and strong talk with someone about your expectations, okay? Because I feel like there's more information that needs to come out, and you will be doing you will be having a discussion with someone to kind of lay things on the line, like, listen, you know, we talked about this last month, I'm still waiting for it to happen, and I really need to know what's going on in this situation. All right, so with your 11th house matters, this could be, as I said, you know, your hopes and wishes that the financial support that you need is going to be coming through. You needing to really, in the next 30 days, lock things in with someone, find out, kind of do a little investigative work to find out what exactly is the holdup, okay? You know, and I see a lot of communication going back and forth. There might be text messages, you know, emails, phone calls, even face-to-face discussions with messages in relation to these issues that you're facing right now financially, and really wanting to make things move forward. So you may have to take things in your own hands and kind of push the situation a little more, you know, to actually make progress from the seeds that were planted last month. Okay, so the Five of Cups covering you, crowning you here actually, which is your advice card as well, is that, you know, Five of Cups for me is broken promises, a relationship that was lost, or some type of, you know, heartache or feeling of loss on an emotional level. So again, this may even be a friendship that has been lost, and you feeling like, you know, I've been let down by someone. You know, they really did not come through for me the way I needed them to come through. The three on this card, there are 3 cups spilled, but there are also 2 cups upright. So, you know, all is not lost in this situation. It's not like the Five of Swords that comes up and it's kind of a pretty solid defeat on some level. For the Five of Cups, yes, there's heartache, there is disappointment, but there are also 2 cups left, which could, meaning that things could be salvaged. So I feel like the discussion needs to be made, to be had about, listen, you know, you've disappointed me not coming through on whatever it is that was promised or that we discussed. Let's get it together. I want to give you another chance to get things together, okay? The Devil is in your external influences, so either the people or situations around you. And what I'm getting here is that whoever this person is that is around you is someone that is in a difficult situation in some way. Either they are caught up in a situation that they cannot release themselves from. This could be an addiction of some sort. This could be a codependent relationship with someone that is unhealthy. On some level, again, this is you know, an energy that is very difficult to release oneself from. This also could be someone who is more concerned with the physical aspects of a relationship, a sexual relationship, than an emotional connection. Okay, so this Five of Cups next to the Devil is saying to me, perhaps you are dealing with someone who you have been involved with, who you helped, who you've given generously to, whether it be emotionally, financially, who does really owe you something because of the resources that you've shared with that person. But this person is really very much about himself or herself. They're very self-involved. They can be very selfish, really concerned only with the material aspects of life more so than an healthy emotional situation. So, definitely can understand the disappointment that you may be feeling in relation to this person, but know that this is a person who you really cannot change. Whatever this person is going through, it is something that he or she really has to wrestle with by himself, has to take steps to release himself or herself from by himself or herself. So you really cannot change this person, and you also cannot allow yourself to become tied or bound by this person as well if they're in an unhealthy place. Okay? Now, in your hopes or fears, you have the Fool, and the Fool is talking about wanting to really break free and get out on your own and start something brand new, a new life. Take a risk and just start fresh is what the Fool is saying. So I feel like you are wanting to really, you're kind of understanding what's going on with this person on some level, and you are wanting to break free from the situation, release yourself, and move to calmer shores, move into a situation where it's healthier, where it's a fresh start, where it's a new beginning. And you are wondering if you should take this step. And what I feel is that it is time for you to do that. It will be time for you to do that very soon. This new moon eclipse may have brought truth to light, or may yet bring truths to light, which this Page of Swords often represents, and it may allow you, what you find out, to actually free yourself from the influence of this other person and start fresh and new. Okay, and that's what new moons are always about. The eclipse is like a new moon times 10. Okay. So in the potential outcome here, I feel like the change is coming for you, a positive change is coming for you, but it will be slightly delayed. Now understand that we're also going into a Mercury retrograde period, which is starting on the 17th. Everything slows down for about 30 days. So, this period of time that we're moving into with the eclipse and Mercury retrograde is going to be a time for putting new plans, making new plans, but you may not yet be able to actually move on them. Okay, the timing, you may need to wait a month before the energy is ready for you to break free and move forward, because you may run into delays, miscommunications, lack of communication, just not being able to even speak the language of who you are trying to communicate with because of all of the crazy energy that's in the universe with this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so understand that a change is coming, but you may need to be patient before that you can actually implement those changes that you're ready to make. And in the base of your reading, we have the World card, which is a fantastic card. It tells you that on some level, a phase in your life, a cycle in your life is coming to an end. It is a karmic situation where it's time to now, close the door on the past that no longer serves you, but that you are moving on to another phase of your life, which is going to be a healthier, more stable, more positive, successful phase for you. So anything that you've been dealing with, whether it be with children, lack of support, lack of issues in a friendship, in a group association that you may have been part of that has been that has not panned out the way you've wanted it to, or dealing with a person that is caught up in their own situation and really not giving back to you what you've given to the situation, and right now you feeling that disappointment. Know that the change is coming. It may take a little bit longer, but you are at the end of the cycle, and you will be moving forward into a better situation, a more solid situation where you'll be able to make decisions on your own and put those choices and those decisions into action to change your life, to change your world, which is what the world is promising here. Okay, so I'm going to take one card from the Tao Oracle deck, which I like to use as a kind of a summation of the reading, just a conclusion to what the tarot cards have given us, their message. And the card that I've received for you is actually the number 6, which is the conflict card. Okay, now I wouldn't be concerned about this because it basically is talking about something that I feel you've already been through in the past month cycle, where you may have been bumping heads with someone. There, you have these two figures here who are bumping heads, who are not being able to see eye to eye, and there's a lot of frustration. Some of the key words on this card are will to power, hostility, jealousy, stubbornness, aggression, fear, competitiveness, controversy. Now, these words and these messages are directly speaking to the energy of this devil card. The devil is someone who can be very jealous, very hostile, very stubborn, can be aggressive, is really only concerned with their own will. And so what I want to tell you is not to be concerned about this. Understand that what you have been through, okay, is not going to last. It is not a situation that's going to last. Understand that you have got to perhaps remove yourself from this situation, because this is the experience that you are going to be having with this other person in your life, and you cannot change them right now. So when, instead of beating your head against a wall or banging heads with this person, understand that you may need to step out on your own, which is what the Fool is saying. Okay, you may need to investigate the situation a little further to see if you can get any more satisfaction or assistance from this person. But if the assistance or if the support is not coming, know that things are going to be turning around in the next month cycle for you, where you are going to be able to close the door on this situation. And I feel that whatever was started next month with this last month with this Page of Pentacles will directly relate to the growth and the movement that you are going to be experiencing in the next 30-day cycle. Okay, so don't be frustrated with any delays. Don't feel bad about seeking answers if you need to get more clarity on where someone stands right now. But know that the change is coming, and that this eclipse is going to perhaps eclipse someone out of your life in order for you to be able to start fresh and move on to the next level of your journey. Okay, and which is going to be into a positive, brand new cycle for you. All right, Scorpio, so I do hope that this has been helpful for you, and I do hope that the reading resonated with you. If it did and you're looking to get more of a personalized reading, please go ahead and click on the link that's in the information section under my video, and it will take you to my website, and you'll be able to book a private reading with me. All right, so happy new moon in Virgo. You know, whatever frustration you may be going on with you right now, know that it is not going to last. It's just a matter of time, and you will be seeing things change within the next 30 days. That's going to move you forward, Scorpio, okay? Thank you so much for stopping in with me, and I hope to see you next month. Thank you.